Hello, I'm Dan.
I'm Louise.
And welcome to Dan and Louise's adventure, specifically our 2021 bicycle trek across America. So we're creating this video log to be able to share with family, friends, as well as anybody who's interested in doing this type of ride in the future. So we've been planning this for quite a while. Since January we've been working specifically on this, and we figured that there's a lot of resources out there that we've found out. We knew very little about this prior to January, and we might as well share what we've learned over the course of the summer with the videos that we're going to be doing. So as we've been talking to different people about this trip, we've had many questions, and I think we're going to use some of those questions as a way to structure our introduction. So the first thing is, who are we? So first, I would say we're nomads at heart. We grew up in a small town in the eastern townships of Quebec, got married fairly young, and wanted to see the world, not necessarily as tourists, but as to be able to live in different areas and get to know the people, experience the culture.
From where I probably got the travel bug from my parents because they were world travelers. So hearing their stories and what they've seen, different cultures, and the nature site that they went to, which was amazing just to look at their picture. So this is where I fell in love with the outdoors.
And given that was our life plan, we were looking for from a career point of view, a company that would allow us to do exactly that. And we stumbled upon an aluminum company that had worldwide operations, Alcan Aluminum, and they were looking for managers who were exactly who were willing to relocate to different parts of the world and get an overall view of the business itself and the culture of the company, to be able to replicate and grow the company. We had the opportunity to move to Switzerland about 20 years ago, and that's so when we were in Switzerland, we were away from the big house, all the toys that we had accumulated up to that point, and that we thought were important to us. But we were in this small apartment, and every weekend we were out traveling. We were visiting, because Switzerland is in the middle of Europe. We were able to visit many parts of Europe on the weekends, very close by, at least for us North Americans who like to travel. And we were skiing as well, hiking, cycling. So when we got back to North America, that's really when we realized that what made us the happiest was being close to nature and discovering new areas and meeting new people. So from that point, we made the conscious decision that we wanted to change our life, and that decision guided all of our actions from that point, which included getting rid of most of our stuff over many years, and also retiring early from a career point of view, so that we could enjoy life and experience as much as possible of life, and with all the compromises that comes with that decision. So we've been living in our RV and traveling for many years now. And this summer we're taking it at a totally different level. So we are going from what we consider our tiny house, our RV, to a micro house, the tent. So we'll be spending 4 months in a totally different level of living simplicity. So another question that we've been getting, which was kind of funny, which is, why would you do this? Why would you subject yourself to such punishment? So
for myself, it's always been on my bucket list to try to experience something that is not typical, normal. So, and challenge myself, be out of my comfort zone, living the luxury lifestyle that we have, and just lower it down to simple day-to-day life, and just go with the flow and just deal with every situation that you will encounter, and hoping that we'll meet great people along the way. So
and talking about great people, I mean, we've been inspired by many individuals throughout our life. We talked about our parents, etc. But also Barbara and Jerry, who in Myrtle Beach, who had a great retirement, were very engaged, were very good grandparents as well. But Jerry at 68 did his first Ironman. He really got me into the cycling phase. I had been a runner up to that point. You see that there's no age, and passion and being willing to get out of your comfort zone and push yourself is what made the difference. More recently, we met Bob and Barbara, who are into their 60s and did the Transamerica bicycle ride, a tougher version of it actually, because they went from the east coast to the west, so against the dominant winds. We've learned a lot from them, and again, it's been very inspirational. We've been talking about doing a European bicycle trip as part of our retirement for over 20 years. And we actually, in 1999, we actually bought a tandem road bike, touring bike, to be able to actually do this and be at the same level, basically. The e-bikes have changed this calculation, because now Louise can ride on her own and be at the same level with an e-bike. Given that we can't do Europe, we couldn't do it last year. We can't do it again this year, given COVID. But we're not getting any younger.
It's now or never.
It's now or never, and North America is a great place to discover. So here we are. We also do motorcycle touring, and we've done this for many years, since we were very young. And what we found out is that you can do a trip in a car and experience something. When you do it on a motorcycle,
it's another level. I mean, you really have a chance to connect with the nature. I mean, and you encounter a lot more people. I mean, people are just curious, and they come and they want to know what's your plans, and so it's very exciting. It's easier connection, and with the cycling part, it should be even stronger reaction from the people. So and at the same time, I challenge myself to, during that bicycle trip, to not use plastic bottles. And so every day we're going to be doing an update on how many bottles we use with the mileage that we accomplish with each day, so which will be on my backpack. So that's the extra challenge that I'm looking forward to try to see how good we're going to be doing, and the result at the end of the trip. So
we've always been very concerned about or trying to be responsible relative to plastic bottles. When we started 10 years ago, we actually used a water fountain that we had in our house with refillable jugs that we would go to different grocery stores to refill continually, so that when we go on a hike, on a ride, whatever, we just refill. We always have cold water, etc., and we don't buy plastic bottles. So this is just the extension of that. Also, from following up on what Louise was saying, from a cycling point of view, I think that we will be seeing the nature closer up, because when you're going down the road with a motorcycle, you're already closer to nature with the elements, etc. But
at a faster speed.
Yeah, at 15 miles an hour, you get to notice a lot more, and even more going up the hills at 5-6 miles an hour, to be able to take in what is surrounding you. So we will have 3 months basically no cars, no other preoccupations, just focusing on the experience, on the people that we will be meeting, and being able to share this with all of you. So another question that we got is, where are you planning on staying? And as you've seen, we have our micro house, which is the tent. So we are planning on camping quite a bit. So when we throughout our planning, what we've done is we've planned on 2/3 of the nights being in campgrounds and 1/3 actually being in hotels. So we'll see how that all works out. We definitely, when it rains or when they're calling for rain, we will try to be in hotels, motels, etc., depending on where we're at, and in big cities as well. But the rest of the time we will be in campgrounds, hopefully. So there will be some wild camping depending on how the days go, depending on the elevation changes, the wind, the different conditions, how we're feeling. Also, some of the areas that we're going to go through, we'll want to spend more time than what we had planned, just because of people that we will have met, or because of the things that are available to see. So that basically will determine in the availability of campgrounds.
Yeah, and the goal also is to do between 50 and 60 miles a day. So we can either hike the rest of the day or visit whatever we have the opportunity to be able to have access to. So that would be the mileage that we're looking for.
That's right. So we'll also be using Warm Showers, which is an association of cyclists who have shown interest and are willing to host travelers that are coming through the region. So we've never tried it. We will definitely. This will be very interesting. It'll be nice also to meet these individuals. It could be that they have a room or a couch, access to the bathroom and showers, but also it could just be access, having their backyard to pitch our tent.
Yeah. And
have a place safe place to sleep for the night. So we're not worried, or I'm not worried at all about the staying part. I think it'll be an adventure. That's part of what we're trying to do, and I'm sure it will always be very interesting.
So the other question that we had is, how about your meals and cooking? So we have decided that mainly we will be eating out at restaurants, and for the breakfast it would be oatmeal with dry fruits, with coffee and tea, something very simple. And we already have planned all of our snacks that we'll
be needing.
Exactly. And for lunch, depending where we are at, either pick up something that has been done, freshly done at the grocery, or pick up something at the restaurant, inside or outside, to be able to enjoy the nature. And for the dinner is also the restaurants, but also for the emergency, if ever we're in the middle of nowhere, we have some dehydrated food packages that we have. And so I feel very secure about the meals. I'm not too worried about the planning for that. So
we'll show you when we go through the gear that we're bringing. That we are bringing a burner stove, let's call it, plus a pot container that's mainly going to be used to boil water for the dehydrated, freeze-dried meals, and also for the oatmeal, for the coffee, etc. So mainly for the water part of it. We're not planning on cooking extensively. The meal packs are actually very widely available. We were very surprised to see that they're available at Walmart, obviously at any outdoor place, REI, Gander Mountain, the fishing, hunting stores, etc. So there should be no problem on that side. There'll be definitely some big challenges. One is the availability of fresh fruit and vegetables, which we
this will be a
we
pain.
eat a lot of. So that'll be a challenge. The other one is that I've been spoiled all these years of having great meals that Louise cooks. So eating in restaurants all the time, I'm sure will get old. But that's the compromise to stay light, basically.
That's part of the adventure.
Part of the adventure. Okay. The other question that we've been getting is, this is over 4,000 miles. We've never done anything like this. We've never gone on a multi-day ride. So what makes you think you'll be able actually to do this? And we know that we'll have plenty of physical challenges, discomforts, etc. But we have been training quite a bit to be able to get ready for this. So the first part is that we have a solid base. We're in good shape. We're fortunate, no medical issues, etc. And we've had a daily routine basically of doing stretches. Thanks, Jim, got us into this. Of doing push-ups, sit-ups, some balance exercises, etc. But in addition, we focus starting in mid-January when we arrived here in Mesa, Arizona, which is a great place to ride near the Superstition Mountains. So we get some good elevation changes.
The weather is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, and good bike lanes as well. We'll show you some of these in a future video there. But we've started progressively with shorter rides and building our way up to over 50 miles or 80 kilometers. So far this year we've ridden, we're in May right now, so we've ridden 1,500 kilometers, which I think is about over 2,400 kilometers.
We've ridden 1,500 miles.
Yeah, 1,500 miles, sorry. 2,400 kilometers for those in Europe and in Canada. And our typical rides will give us a challenge of approximately 1,500 feet elevation gain, which is pretty good. And we've ridden loaded as well, more recently to get us into that mode. And really, I feel a lot stronger today. And I've definitely seen the evolution with Louise, where this is the first time that she's ridden so much, so consistently, and you can really see the difference in comfort level and bonding with her bike, which is kind of a funny term, but that's actually what it is: being more comfortable, using the gears and being
confident
on the seat for so long. And I think that the progressive nature of the training is where most people struggle. And I've been running for a long time, and I've been fortunate never to be injured. And I've always said that one of the reasons is to be able to be consistent. Start, like we said, very slow, go up progressively, but don't stop and then expect to get back to longer distances immediately if you've stopped, because that's what you did 2 weeks ago. So you really have to be consistent and not push your body so that you don't get injured. So I think we're in a good place relative to that. So we're only planning on riding 50 to 60 miles a day. So our typical rides, I would say our average is about 35 miles. So I don't see any issue. And again, it's not a race. We want to experience and discover as much as possible as we're going. Hence, we are taking over 3 months to do this. Okay, the last point is we will be covering. We've had questions on bike, on equipment, etc. Bikes that we're going to be bringing, the equipment and the gear, etc. So we'll be doing that in a future video, so that we can give it the time that it does require and the focus that it does require. Okay,
enjoy
thanks
your
for
day.
listening. Bye.